Right now, we're not talking about the new Batman. We're talking about the real Batman. What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of Buckaroo. If you're watching this, thanks, buddy. Let's go. Episode 4. We made it. Or I did. 4 episodes already. That's hardly any. But to those of you who have watched and listened, thank you. I really appreciate it. But I've been getting older. Every time I put one of these out, I'm older, technically. But, I've been noticing it more and more every day, getting older. Yesterday, I sneezed and I put out my back. It sucked. I didn't even know that was a thing. You can injure your back by sneezing. I'm old, man. But I'm young still, But because I put out my back sneezing, now I'm thinking about mortality way more often. And that's not cool because I have thanatophobia. So when I think about being dead, I have a 5-second panic attack and the joints in my fingers start, seizing up. And that's hilarious, dude. But death is scary, okay? Let's talk about life. Death is scary as fuck. That's why I quit smoking. I had to quit smoking so I could extend my life because I'm a giant puss. I used the nicotine gum to quit. It works amazing. It makes my teeth super yellow, but it worked. It was funny actually one time. Me and my brother and a buddy of mine, we were at a concert in some city a little ways away from our hometown. And right before we went back, we went to dinner at Earl's, which is a pretty good joint. But we finished the meal and I cracked in a piece of nicotine gum. And my brother was like, give me one of those. I want to try it. So I gave him one. And I was just kind of telling him about it, like just chew it a few times and then either park it in the side of your mouth or under your tongue. Like you don't want to chew it the whole time. That'll make you feel like shit. But this is really good for quitting smoking. It keeps you fidgeting a little bit, so it gets rid of that part of it. And my buddy was obviously zoned out and not paying attention because he was like, hey, can I have a piece of that gum? And I assumed he was listening. So yeah, he gets one. And so me and my brother are still talking about the gum a little bit. My buddy's still zoned out. And then after a while, my buddy goes, hey, what the fuck's up with this gum, man? Oh, that guy's a champion. Shout out to you, TJ. Jabroni. I love ya. Anyway, what have I been doing lately, man? I've been going to buffets lately. Buffets, like crazy. Now, buffets here, they're not the same as they are like back in North America. In North America, buffets are in the most sad restaurants with the most disgusting food you could ever imagine. And it's usually only morbidly obese people or poor people at the buffet in North America. It's really gross, not because of the poor people, just because of the food. But it's over here, it's kind of like a barbecue or hot pot type thing. and then you just get a time limit. You order whatever you want, they bring it to you, and you cook it yourself. And even ladies love the buffet. There's tons of girls at the buffet. I mean, they don't eat a lot, so I'm not sure why they're always going to buffets, but maybe it's because they like to cook. Don't cancel me. But I've been going to a lot of them, man. And so because there's so many girls there, I mean, the building typically sounds like this because, right, if there's more than two ladies at a table, the table sounds like this. It's true, okay? And that's what the table sounds like. So you can imagine what the building sounds like. But regardless, I've been going to buffets a lot lately, and I've been going with some of my bros that are big boys. Big boys. Like, when I walk in with those guys, management sweats. They start worrying about if they're going to be able to put their kids through college because we are literally eating their profits. Now, I'm a big dude, but I'm not like these guys. Management, they don't care if I walk in. But if I walk in with these guys, they're terrified because big boys, we beat up buffets. We beat them up, okay? Big boys literally bully buffets. I'm surprised they don't have a scale outside of the door that doesn't let you in if you're at like a certain weight, because the amount we eat is terrifying. And the amount that my buddies eat is way more terrifying. Holy. And it's funny because when I go with my one buddy, big boy, and you know, we don't touch the sides. It's just a meat fest. And we just scrape it all onto either the barbecue or whatever the hell it is we're doing. And we just cook it in piles and smash it. And it's so disgusting in a tasty, tasty way. But I think I need to cut back because every time I leave a buffet, I'm full of regret. More regret than the actual food. And it's got to stop because, I mean, the day after eating at a buffet like that, my butthole is singing. That's a recording I took of one of my farts. Here's another one. Yep, nuclear shits. It's worth the money though, and the pain, but not the regret, because that gets you mentally, you know. But my one buddy, me and him meet up every weekend, have some drinks, food, whatever. Our girls come with, and he's actually my friend with the daughter that I was talking about in my very first episode of Buckaroo. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. It's pretty bad. Anyway, so we meet up every weekend, and his daughter, who's like, I don't know, she's probably like 1 year and 7 months now, maybe 1 year and 8 months. Because we meet up every weekend and she's at that age where she's just progressing so much, she gains so much personality every week, every time I see her. It's crazy. Like, I get to watch her develop into a full person every week. And that's pretty wild, man. You know, and I'm not going to lie, I'm starting to love that kid. Hey, I'm the guy who doesn't like kids. Why are you trying to change me? You know, she plays hide and go seek by herself and she covers her eyes and then shakes her head in her hands like this. She goes, and then she goes, and it's the cutest thing in the world. Hey, why are you trying to convince me to be a dad by being cute? Like, a couple weekends ago, she called me daddy, and that's not true. I'm not her daddy, but, you know, if her parents died, I would have no problem raising her. Hey, why are you making me think like that? That's fucked up. Damn kids, man. I never thought I'd like kids, but she's winning me over. Good for her. It's probably because she's a funny kid. And I like funny things. And that's it. I'm going to tell you guys about one of my guilty pleasures. Real guilty. In the closet with this pleasure. Sounds terrible. I'm actually, weirdly, a huge fan of battle rap. I don't know why, because I like rap music and hip hop, but I don't listen to it that much. Like, you don't catch it on my playlist. But I'm a huge fan of battle rap. And man, battle rap has evolved so much. Like, I'm sure that most of the people listening to this, when they hear me just say battle rap, you're probably thinking like, you know, the back alley behind a school where people are just freestyling. Man, this is like, it's turned into something huge with millions and millions of followers, crazy good production value, like tons of like super intricate writing. The rappers are unreal. And I think the reason I like it is because there's so many combinations of what makes like a good battle rapper good. And like, they got to be able to perform. They got to obviously be able to rap well, but they also got to be able to, I don't know, find super creative ways to defeat their opponents. They got to be able to relate to the audience. There's just so many things. Their voice has to project so well. And I'm not going to lie. I think the best battle rapper of all time is actually a Canadian dude. And if you're interested in looking up battle rap, you should get started with him. His name's Pat Stay. And dude, this guy is also probably one of the funniest human beings you'll ever see. But he's also like an amazing battle rapper. It's pretty well known in the battle rap community that it's like impossible to beat the guy. He has to be having like an off day, or he just like didn't care about you as an opponent, so he didn't prepare for you or something. Because he's so fucking funny. He's hilarious, man. I got some clips. We'll watch some clips. I think this first one is like, it's so old. He's been around forever. And like, he's one of the reasons that one of the big rap leagues started up, Grind Time or something that doesn't exist anymore. Anyway, this is a super old battle, and he's like battling some fat guy or whatever.
You at your own game, and I'm just kicking my feet up. He only raps tight when he's flipping a pita or twisting a chicken fajita. Yo, shit, this motherfucker's so fat he eats burgers and dips them in pizza. If you grab his tits and just squeeze them, you could stick your dick in between them.
That got weird at the end, but it's so funny. Classic fat guys dipping their burgers in pizza. He's got another one too where he's like, he's battling this guy that's got like a whole bunch of kids. Pull this up.
Come on, 10 kids? That bitch be missing periods like a run-on sentence, and I heard it.
Dude, it's so simple, but so funny.
And I heard he got an 11th coming. Figured he learned a lesson from it. Maybe all your opponents pulling out last minute were trying to tell you something.
That's sick. Look at that guy. Just mind blown. So good, man. Oh. Yeah, here's another one. He's battling some guy that I don't know if he like wrote a song or he wrote something where he like confessed that when he was younger his babysitter molested him or something. It was a girl babysitter, but nonetheless, that's a scary thing to put out in the world if your career is rap battling. You know, if there's anybody in the world that shouldn't tell people they got molested when they were a kid, it's a battle rapper.
Oh man, poor guy. I can't imagine, bro. Your babysitter sucked your dick? What? That's what's up. Yeah. Right?
You dog.
It's not funny, guys, seriously. When he was in high school, he was gang raped by the entire cheerleading team. Babysitter makes his lunch for him, cuts the corners off of his sandwiches, fucking sucks his cock, sends him off to school. Woo! And this is the thing she did. You acting like a little bitch right now.
Oh man. I would actually love to try battle rap just to take the piss out of people. I'm sure I would suck at it and it would be terrifying to be on stage. But man, I think it would be fun if you could get good. And that was your job, was just talking shit. Unreal. It might be the best job. Except people have to talk shit to you too. And if you're not the type of person that can handle that, then, I mean, rapping on stage is probably the least of your worries, I would imagine. The amount of times your mom gets called a whore or something, right? God damn. It would be tough, but it would be so fun. But there's one kind of battle rap that I would do this for sure. Because I'm Canadian. It's in my blood. They also, and he's one of the guys that made this popular actually, is they do compliment battles where they're only allowed to say nice things to each other. It's like the most Canadian thing of all time. I got a clip of him doing it here, but man, I would do that for sure. Just stand up on stage and, you know, get an ego boost. That'd be sweet.
Hey, if my girl wanted to cheat on me with you, I wouldn't even stop her. I'd scream and holler in excitement for her every time that I seen you call her. I'd even drop her off at your house for you and pretend to just be your father. I'd beep and all. I mean, just the thought of you being on her, it'd be an honor. You know, lean, mean, sex machine.
I could stand on stage and hear that.
And with your cardiovascular, you'd be able to go harder and faster than me, not to mention how long you could last with her. I'd sneak in your room, peeking out through the closet, watching you smashing her. Come out applauding you afterwards and go home not even mad at her, dog. I'd be proud of her.
Dude, that's what I mean. You gotta be such a good rapper, but you gotta be so creative, and then you also, I don't know, man. You gotta like tick there's so many boxes that you gotta tick in order to be good at this. It's wild. And here's part of the reason that I think that this guy's the best. Some people in the battle rap community, they're like, oh, all that guy can do is make jokes and stuff. Listen, man. Battle rap is pretty much two guys bullying each other in a creative way. And whoever's the best bully wins. And I think that this guy's the best bully. And here's why. Because if you think about in high school, if you were bullied or if you were a bully, I can tell you that there's a couple different kinds of bullies, right? There's the classic one where they fucking smack the papers out of Timmy's hand, and then he has to pick them up. And then who knows? Timmy might meet the girl of his dreams that way when she helps him pick up the papers. You know, that's what I mean. There's like the physical ones, right? Smack you upside the back of the head, wedgie, stuff you in a locker, whatever. In my opinion, that's not even close to as bad as the type of bully that this guy would be, where he makes everybody laugh at you, right? Because if it's a physical bully and they're beating you up or whatever, people want to help, but they're scared to get involved because, you know, they don't want things to get physical with them too. But dude, when a bully is just so good at talking shit and making fun of you and making everybody laugh at you, it feels like everybody's against you. And this guy might be one of the best at doing that. And I think that's why. And the thing is he's likable because he's so funny and charismatic, right? But he gets everybody turning on the one person, right? And so when people are up on stage with him, he just takes their whole energy away. On top of that, crazy good rapper and performer. You know, it's a crazy art form. And that guy is just probably the best in the world. I'm not going to lie. If you're interested in checking out battle rap, start with him for sure. Pat Stay, spelt exactly how it sounds. He's also, if you follow him on Instagram, man, he's got comedy skits that are super funny. So shout out to Pat. Give him a follow. Let's talk about Batman. Right now, we're not talking about the new Batman. We're talking about the real Batman. I found evidence of the real Batman. He's been underground, obviously, but he's surfaced. And well, let's just roll the clip.
Yeah, I don't think you should never do that again. I thought you was gonna walk down the top steps. That was crazy. Don't let that cape boost your head up no more.
Dude, that was incredible. That kid, full force, jumped from the top of the stairs and landed past the middle of the stairs on his face down the stairs. And then he just gets up and walks over to what I assume is his dad, and he's just like, "What do you think?" And the dad obviously smokes weed, right? I don't know, maybe that's his Alfred, maybe it's not his dad, but smokes weed. How do you watch that happen? This kid's like 5 or 6. How do you watch that happen and not be like, "Holy fuck"? How do you just like, "Yeah, man, I don't think you should never do that again"? You know why? It's because he's fucking Batman. That's why. Alfred knew he was going to be okay, but just gave him a little warning. I don't think you should never do that again. Don't tell Batman that he shouldn't let the cape go to his head. That's exactly where the cape should go. Batman, if anyone deserves an ego, it's Batman. And speaking of Batman, I went to the new one, okay? I did it. I went to the new Batman. And let me tell you, there was definitely some things I didn't like about it. Uh-oh. Batman's a touchy subject for some people, but there were some things I didn't like. But there were some things that I did like. For example, it might be one of the most beautifully shot films I've ever seen. It, like sitting in the cinema watching it, every single frame, I swear to God, could have been like an award-winning still shot. It was incredible. Everything was framed amazing. The color correction was great. It set the mood perfectly. It was awesome. Riddler's my favorite Batman villain. Yup, he's in it. And that's sick. I like that Riddler brings like some storyline to it. But, okay. Hey, why is Bruce Wayne an emo teenager? Hey, why is Bruce Wayne an anorexic Chris fucking Gaines? For those of you who don't know who Chris Gaines is, let me give you a little drip of knowledge here. Chris Gaines is... I can't believe this is real, but it is real. You won't believe me, but Chris Gaines is Garth Brooks's alter ego of an emo teenager. That's real. It might be the weirdest thing to have ever happened, but it's real, okay? Chris Gaines was moonlighting. Garth Brooks was moonlighting as a emo kid. Non-conforming as can be. And Bruce Wayne was an anorexic version of him. That ain't right. I thought it was hilarious. It was supposed to be dark and moody. I thought it was funny. There was like no connection between Alfred and Bruce Wayne, it felt like. And every time Alfred would say something, I shouldn't say every time, I think they had like 2 or 3 scenes together, but whenever he would say something to Bruce Wayne, Bruce would respond like an emo teenager. He would just be like, I don't know. Weird. I don't know. I couldn't get into that. Bruce Wayne, eccentric billionaire. Little bitch. You know? That I understand that Batman's supposed to be like a dark vibe and people like that about it, but emo isn't dark. Emo is
Gay!
You know? Just soft. I think the thing that I liked the most about it was that Robert Pattinson, who did play the same character as Bruce Wayne as he did in Twilight, almost just not sparkling, that actor threw an after party for the film premiere at Pete Davidson's bar, and all night he played Kanye West music. Oh, shit! Man, that's gangster. Why'd he do it? That's like troll level over 9,000. That's pretty awesome. You know, just when I was thinking like, I don't know, he totally redeems himself. Maybe it's because he was like method acting and was getting emo, and Kanye West has been real emo lately. And so he was just like supporting his emo brother. I don't know. What am I saying?